Let's moving on to next topic. So far, we discussed about how are we going to deliver the content to the students using LMS. Now, coming to the grassroots level, that is, how are we going to utilize ICT facilities for the development of the curriculum? So that's called as the e-content development. So there are UGC, HRD, and from time to time, professional bodies. They have given a very clear guideline. So what I want to say over here is there will be resistance whenever there is a change that is suggested, especially in all walks of life. We have a internal tendency that if somebody says don't do like this, do it in the other way, means our mind immediately will not accept that particular change, and we try to resist. The same thing happened. You might have, if you are able to recall, in the banking sector also, there was a lot of resistance, right at the employees level till the politician level. They were resisting the utilization of Paytm or the complete computerization of the banking sector. And it has got, every technology has got its own plus point and minus point. So what I mean to say over here is technology has disrupted all areas of our life, and education is no different, or it is not spared. So especially during the pandemic period, more schools were looking forward for a easy, clear solution to conduct the classes online. So thereby, they approached many software developing companies for a platform for the delivery of the system. And also, even the e-content development was given to non-teachers, third-party development companies. It was given, and they purchased it readily. The whatever course content that was available, they implemented it, and they were delivering the content through that. So, but while most of the institutes have used some form of online teaching in the past year, they lack a systematic approach to virtual teaching. So, as I said, why today we are looking at the benchmark of IISc means we are branding. That is, for example, when we want to purchase for anything to our household or at a personal level, we are also going to see the brand. So what is that branding? Branding means we will be assured of quality. For example, if you are going to, why companies are going to offer such a high package to the students who are going to come out from IIT or IISc or IIM and other premium institutions, or somebody who is going to come from Harvard or Oxford or any other premier institutions who are specifically 1 in 10, 1 in 50 ranking of universities. Why the students are readily absorbed into their company is the quality. So ultimately, what the methodology the teachers has to apply over here is, as I said in the last slide, in the last session, that imparting education, imparting quality education to the students, whether you use Blackboard, chalk and talk technology, or whether you are going to integrate ICT technology, or whether you are going to use, say, whatever third-party tools that are available, you are using and delivering the content. So chalk and talk is a primitive technology, and it is a foolproof technology, and almost all the stalwarts of our country, even Nobel laureates, are taught in that particular style, and they have achieved. So, as per the time, as per the whatever changes that are happening in the society, new technology are being available, and you know that today I don't have to much emphasize on the mobile addiction. So every student, in my own experience in the classroom, I'm going to say that a student will forget to bring a pen to the classroom, but he's going to come with a Not even a single day is going to miss his mobile phone. So if his hand, one or the other hand will be holding the mobile 24/7. So this is the type of, say, what I'm going to call it as an addiction to a particular device means, then what is useful to him in order to make a career out of him, or in order to make him skilled, it becomes the responsibility of the parents, and also it becomes the responsibility of the teacher, more of the teacher, in order to deliver the content in a platform where it is readily acceptable to the student psychology. So this is what is the need of the importance in ICT in education. So today's classrooms, if you are going to very specifically see, they are going to call it as a smart classroom or ICT enabled classroom, whatever you are going to call it. Today, every private college or university, they are going to tell that we have a LCD projector, we have computer, we use the PPT facilities and PowerPoint presentations for teaching. So this is how, what exactly is the today's classroom are full of young minds who are technologically conscious. By using a combination of audio-visual learning resources alongside the traditional blackboard, institutes can facilitate better learning opportunities for students. So this is the current scenario, and I don't want to debate on this. Now we have to impart technology, but certain subjects has to be taught, I feel, with our experience in the classroom. Certain things, if we teach it in the blackboard, it will be more beneficial. Certain things, when we are going to use the PowerPoint, it will be more beneficial to the students. So we have to see the students' perception and interaction. But of course, no doubt about it that technology has to be incorporated in day-to-day teaching. For these children, electronic devices have become a way of life. So this is where I want to say that 24/7, when they are addicted to a particular device, it is better that we also release the course content and the material that they have to read in the mobile itself. So by using ICT in classrooms, children can be eased into education using tools they are already familiar with. So this is the psychological perspective of the student. So he is addicted and he is technologically conscious and he is technology savvy, and there is no other specifically we have to equate ourselves, or we have to come to the same equation with the students. As a parents also, we have to come to the same terms, or in whatever media the children are there, we have to come to the same standard. And similarly, as a teacher also, we have to be with the same equation with the students. So another concept what the world and UN and other bodies every day, every year, they are going to do a survey in almost all the countries, and then they are going to very clearly publish their findings, that what is the higher education percentage for a population of our country, what is the percentage of students who are undergoing higher education, and what is the standard of the universities, and in what way the teachers are delivering the content to the students, and what are they technologically savvy, or are they at par with the technology of the Western universities and other universities. So this is how so many yardsticks are there. And you're going to, about the ranking that is given to the universities. On various criteria, the ranking will be given, and so many third-party companies are also going to, with support with the government, would have given them, and they are going to clearly see the facilities that are available, publications published on so many criteria, and the standard of the teacher, the technical facilities that we are giving it to the students. So the campus facility that is available on so many aspects, it will be data will be collected and ranking will be done. So another main goal or a slogan that we are going to hear everywhere is education for everyone. No individual in the world should be deprived of education cities of the world. So thereby, what is going to happen? A student will be go through. A PDF is also available. Lecture notes is available. PPT is available. Textbooks are available, and the structure, what is his responsibility in that particular semester, it is well published over there. So thereby, the student will be well aware about what all the activities that he has to do complete in order to get certified in that particular semester. And also, every student, whatever may be his social background or economic background, he should not be deprived of education. He should be facilitated with education, and he has to be made skilled in one way, in one line or the other line. So that is why when we are specifically developing a e-content for deployment, we have to very clearly understand the objective of our content development, for whom we are developing the content, what is the age group, and what is the syllabus that we have to cover in developing that particular content, and what is the objective of that particular course that we are offering. So what do you want to achieve with the content, and who are our target audience, and understand the capacity and capability of the audience. So before coming to this particular course, if they have to be given a bridge course, we have to facilitate that. If fundamentals are not known to them, and they have not studied the fundamentals in any level, means then we have to do the fundamentals, that's called as a bridge course, and then we have to take them to the actual course. So this is how we have to understand the pulse of the audience, the capacity of our audience. So identify your target audience and understand their needs, preferences, and behavior, and accordingly we have to customize and resonate our content with the audience. So coming to the third point will be the content planning. Content planning is develop content in a systematic way, or we are going to call it in a technical language as a storyboard. So what has to be given to the student, we have to arrange it in a professional, systematic way, and scaling down on the topics, and in a systematic way, the arranging of the topics, formats, and publishing schedule. When we have to upload the course, this also should be deadline, should be met with. So this helps to maintain consistency and quality in the audience, and thereby they will also know that this is going in a very systematic way, and in no way we will be excluded. We have to fulfill all this criteria if we want to get certified in this particular semester. So thereby, the what I mean to say over here is, in a highly professional way, we have to deliver the content to the students. So specifically in the context of university schedule, what is going to happen is the e-content development specifically refers to creating digital educational material for online courses. To specifically, we will be able to support it in the form of a transitional material along with the traditional classroom instruction with digital resources. That is what I'm going to call it as a blended mode or a hybrid mode. So the learning objectives has to be very clearly defined in the beginning of the program, where specifically understanding what you want the students to achieve will guide the content development process. So this is how, if they are, for example, if you are going to take some of the modules of the skill development council programs, if you are going to take, very clearly they would have defined So if you learn this particular course, this will be your skill set. And if you are having these many skill set, your appointment or job market will be where you will be appointed as what. For example, let me give a example of a Photoshop. For example, if you are going to learn the Photoshop software up to this level, if you know the fundamental, where will be your job market, what will be your job market, and what is the objective for you to learn for this particular software. Or on the other hand, if you are going to offer one more program in advanced Photoshop or in advanced graphic design, you have to define your requirement for that particular course. You have to tell the student that a student has to do a fundamental Photoshop program. Then only he will be able to come to the advanced Photoshop. If you want to be a graphic designer, or if you want to be a video editor, what are the softwares that he should know? Audio editing, he must know video editing. So where he will be appointed. So what will be the niches where he will be able to search? So that is why the learning objectives has to be very clearly in a transparent way. It has to be defined to the student. So engagement and interactivity. So incorporate interactive elements into the e-content to keep the students engaged. It should not be a boring, because sitting before a laptop and reading the PowerPoint slide, the student may not be, he won't be able to focus much, or his attention cannot be captured for a long time if you are showing only the black and white slides. So in between, we have to incorporate. Nearly there are five elements that we are going to use when we are going to create a PowerPoint presentation. It is the aesthetics of the slide. We have to see the audience category. If they are very young children, we will be able to use the colors. But the colors should not outdo the content of the slide. So bold and very overshadowing colors, if you are going to use, then what is going to happen? It is going to mask the text content that you have used over there. And wherever possible, we have to use the infographics and charts we have to use, and animation we will be able to use, audio files we have to use, and the video files we have to use. That is why I have given at the bottom, you will be able to see the multimodal content development. Multimodal content development, you can use a variety of multimedia elements. So we have to just, otherwise, instead of if it is only a black and white text PowerPoint presentation, if you are going to use, then what is the use of using a digital PowerPoint presentation over there? Without any problem, we will be able to use the blackboard only to deliver the content to the students, if it is only a black and white delivery. So we have to make our presentations much more informative, much more knowledgeable to them. They will be able to understand what specifically we are trying to tell them or communicate to them by using video, audio clips, infographics, and interactive presentations. We can give small quiz. For example, if you are going to go through, you don't have to pay anything. You just log into the Coursera, one of the courses, and see how the structuring of the course is done. Eminent professors from different universities, they are going to offer that particular program. So every 10 minutes or every randomly, a set of questions is going to be popped up to the students. So whatever 10 minutes of lecturing they have heard in the LMS, the students has to answer it. Then only the credit will be given. So it will be in order to capture the attention, and so that if the grading is not there, means he is going to switch on that particular course and his attention might be somewhere else. The young minds today, it will be, they'll be focusing on their studies, and they are not mature enough to know the effort and other things, and the use of the course material that is given to them. So in order to capture them and in a transparent way, in order to evaluate whether they are going through the content that is given by the instructor, are they understanding it or not, one will be able to pop up certain quiz from time to time. And if they are able to answer it, then yes, they have clearly their attention is there on that, and thereby we will be able to progress forward. And also we will be able to give a restriction unless the first module of the course is opened by the student and studied. The second module is not going to open unless you are going to complete all the procedure of the first module. You can introduce every 10 minutes or 15 minutes in a random manner. The timing should not be uniform. In a random manner, the questionnaires, if you are going to shoot questions to the students online, then when they are going to complete all the questionnaires and the complete lecture material, when they are going to use, then only the second module should open. If they have not completed the first module, the second module assignment and questions are not going to open. So this type of customization can be made, and the student can be made to undergo, read that particular module, because the teacher also would have put in valuable time and a lot of effort he would have put in to develop that particular content. And wherever patenting and other copyright factors are going to arise, it should not be allowed for downloading. So this is how accessibility to the student. So the e-content should be accessible. This I have mentioned in when I was handling the LMS. Whatever may be his technology that he is having on his hand, the content should be available to him. And images or a transcript of the video. Just now I showed in MIT that the video transcript of that professor teaching on the blackboard is available over there. And a different operating system and different devices that are being used, and navigation, responsiveness, and compatibility with various devices has to be specifically addressed, and it should open in any platform. And assessment and integration, if you are going to see here, integrate assessment feedback mechanisms directly into the e-content. So this allows the student to receive immediate feedback on their progress and reinforces their understanding of the material. So why assignments and quiz has to be given is we will be able to know how attentive they are. So this we are practicing. So when we are going to physically, when we are teaching in a classroom, 5 minutes before starting the next topic, we are going to ask questions to the students on the previous day's lecture, what we have delivered to them, in order to see how prepared they are, what they have understood. And at the end of the class, we are also going to ask them any questions. Do you have any doubt, or you want to anything to be repeated? So this way we will be able to assess them whether they are really putting any effort to understand it and what is their understanding level. So accessibility and platform consideration and integrative assessment, assessment integration. So this is specifically some of the important key factors that we have to do when we are deploying our content. Then collaborative learning opportunities. So what do you mean by this is creating specifically opportunities for collaboration, like group discussion, group projects, and then virtual team activity. This fosters a sense of community among the students. So this is what has to be done. So what exactly is the negative problem of virtual classroom environment is every student will be an individual. He will be sitting in his home and wherever he is, and then he will be logging into the e-content. But interaction with friends, some of the things they will be able to learn from the friends only more easily than from a teacher. A student who has understood a problem solving, or a person who knows how to do the software coding of a particular program, he will be able to train other 10 friends according in their own level. So that is why always interacting with the classmates will be better. A person who is a fast learner or person who is a sharp learner, he will be able to solve the problem of his classmates very easily. So that is why the physical classroom environment has got its own advantages. A similar environment has to be provided. Not necessary that all 60 students has to come to a teacher only for the doubt solving, or to solve their confusion on a particular topic. So they themselves will be able to form a group studies they are going to do. And we are seeing they themselves will be able to discuss, and then they can come out with a solution to it. So that is why I always encourage the group studies, and the group discussion has to be done. And also, at some level, we have to give an individual project, but at the initial level, in order to train them, group projects will be better. 4 to 5 students, they will be able to join, and then they will be able to do the group project, and each one of them is going to contribute some module to the project, and thereby they can be evaluated. So this is how our virtual team activity can be done. So this is how interaction among the minds of the same age will be better and more healthy it will be. So that is why that opportunity, though we are there in the electronic module, that facility has to be provided. Then adaptability. So design e-content that can be easily adopted to different learning environments, whether fully online or hybrid or face-to-face. So these are the different modes where we are going to adopt in delivering the e-content to the students. Please make a note here. I'm not using the word LMS over here. We are going to use the different modes of delivering the content. Probably, if it is an online course, means it can be the web contents. It can be uploaded to a web interface, and the student will be able to log in and utilize and use the content, or it can be given in the form of a CD, or a specifically in today's scenario, every university is going to provide a tab to the student, which will be preloaded with the course content in that. So this is how different modes can be used. Or on the other hand, hybrid mode means they are also going to have a regular class on some modules, and some modules will be given in the e-content format. So these are the different combinations a institution can make. And face-to-face, it is something like what you are undergoing is called as a face-to-face. Though we are there in a virtual environment, I am coming and delivering the content at the same time. You are also logging to that particular application, Zoom application, at the same time. You are virtually there in the classroom. I am also, as a teacher or an instructor, resource person, I am also there virtually in that particular application. So this is also called as the face-to-face. So flexibility is the most important over here, especially in changing the educational landscape. So multiple combinations we will be able to do over here, and every year will be a experimental method. If some technique did not work out in the last semester for that particular subject, means we have to change it. We have to if we have delivered a particular subject in a completely online mode, and the students did not perform well in that subject, means then I have to, next semester I have to change it to the hybrid mode for the same subject. So, or on the other hand, even hybrid mode did not work, then I have to change it to the face-to-face mode. So this is how by trial and error method, which is the better way. And, as I said, our student batches are a dynamic entity. What formula we are going to apply for this semester, for this particular batch, that formula may not be working with the next batch. So that is why we have to see the pulse of the students. We have to see the capacity of the students, and then accordingly, we have to modulate the content delivery and clear navigation. So this is the most important part from a teacher point of view also, and from a student point of view also. Organize the e-content in a clear, logical manner. Ensure that students can easily navigate through different modules and access the information they need. Then there has to be a feedback. So the provide avenues for students to provide feedback on the e-content. So this can help you to make improvements and tailor future content to better meet the needs of the students. So this is how we have to very specifically opportunity for feedback should be given. So, for example, in every say e-commerce, whether it is Amazon or Flipkart or whatever product you are going to buy, immediately the moment you are going to purchase or do a service of your car, you are going to get 10 calls from the call center. They are going to say that please give your feedback on the quality of the service given to you. So that is the market trend now. So if you are not satisfied with a particular service provider, means always you will be able to change that service provider. You have to understand over here that the customer will be a valued customer. So that is why his opinion is of utmost importance to the corporate company and for example, the car, because today it is not a single brand car company that is marketing the car in India. There are hundreds of models are there, and so that is why they are going to value. They don't want to lose you. So the same logic you apply here. If not your institute, they are going to go to some other college where the facilities are better, or something is better over there. So that is why we always have to provide. We have to see that the students has to be, there is no other alternative in today's scenario, that we have to treat, I'm very sorry to use this word, the students has to be treated as valued integral part of our organization. I don't like to call the word customer over here. So because they are the valued, and more responsibility is there on the teacher in order to make him skilled in one way or the other. So this is where the feedback is going to come, and also we have to specifically see that the whatever e-content that we are developing, always at the back of our mind as teachers, by carefully considering these factors, educators can develop effective e-content that enhances the learning experience for students in a university setting. So this I said, why the branding, why a IIT fellow has to be offered a 1 crore package, and some other college fellow of our, I don't want to name, some other institution student who is also going to get the same degree, why he has to be offered only 6 lakhs package, whereas a particular branded institute student will be offered 1 crore, or a MBA fellow who is going to get a degree from some premier institution, he will be offered at a very unimaginable pay scale they are going to give, and the same MBA procured by some other institute, why he is going to get only 30,000 or 40,000 per month? Just imagine. It is the quality of the student, it is the skill of the student, it is the intellectual capacity of the student that is going to acquire by learning the things in that particular institution. So this is what is called as the branding. Why thousands of applications they are going to get for admission? Nearly, if you are going to see NEET or the JEE or JEE main, you are going to see nearly several lakhs of people. Sometimes I think this year, if I am not wrong, it has gone up to several lakhs, and they have appeared for that particular common entrance exam. So if we have to specifically create a branding, and if the students are of high quality and knowledgeable, then automatically the credit is going to come to that particular institution, and the credit is going to come to that particular teacher in turn. So thereby, carefully, when we are developing at the grassroots level, whatever, whether it is a physical classroom or whether it is an online e-content delivery we are doing, I am going to go back to the slide over here, quality assurance. So regularly review and update your e-content and ensure that it is accurate. Whatever subject that you are going to put forth over there, when once we are going to upload our content to the internet, it can be accessed anywhere. So your content that you are going to develop subject-wise, it should be accurate. And copyright and patenting information, because we should not copy blindly from the available internet resources, and reposting of the data should not be done. So whatever content, wherever you are using the figure and other things, images and other things, give due reference to it from where you have taken. Otherwise, again, unnecessary legal complications are going to arise. So that is why when we are developing the e-content, we have to specifically see the quality assurance has to be there. The language has to be accurate, grammar, spelling, and say the way in which we have constructed the sentences and paragraphs, and it should be very clear in communicating the information to the students, and technically it should be accurate. Language wise also it should be very good. So quality assurance process has to be met with very seriously. And when the content that you are going to use, it should not be a copyright content of some other organization or from some textbook that is published or a research article. Reposting, that is what you are going to specifically call in research language as plagiarism. So reposting of the data, we should not do it, because some of them will be patented and copyright symbol will be there at the bottom. So we have to be careful. So then the most important part we have to see over here is the real world application. So what is the real world application? For example, if a person is going to learn something, a statistical formula, ANOVA, or say a chi-square analysis, or a say specifically a correlation or some other statistical analysis, if he is going to learn, what is the real world application? What is the real world application of the topic that he has learned in this particular course, where he will be able to apply that knowledge. And so this is specifically the industry and academia relevancy. If we are going to provide, then it will be more useful. For example, in my domain, if I have to say, for example, if a individual's genome is analyzed and the mutation that has occurred in that particular person is identified, and what is the modification that has happened in his body, and which pathway, because of which pathway the disease is expressed in him. If a student is going to learn, what will be his application, real world application? So he can be appointed anywhere in a hospital, or as a genetic counselor he can be appointed, or he can be appointed in a say pathology lab where the gene sequencing and the mutation identification can be done, or in order to say educate a patient what has gone wrong in him and what type of medication he has to take for that. So this type of real world application has to be there in the courses that the student is going to undergo. So professional development for instructors. So offering training and support for instructors, because say if we are going to consider myself, means some of the technologies are developed over the period of time. When we were postgraduates, these technologies were not there. So we have upgraded to the current technology by undergoing training. So nobody is born expert in that particular area, and that too with the science major advancements will be happening. Every 6 months a new technology will be published in a scientific journal, that we have to read and upgrade ourselves. And if it is a practical oriented subject, means we have to undergo how to handle a PCR machine, how to handle the other equipment, latest equipment that is going to come into the lab. We have to upgrade ourselves to handle those equipment. So that is why offer training and support for instructors in using e-content effectively. So this includes guidance on facilitating online discussion, using learning management systems, and incorporating multimedia elements into the lectures. So always we have to upgrade. So that is why you are undergoing this particular workshop over here, how to integrate ICT facilities in your teaching practice. So specifically, so you will be able to see, this is a classroom scenario that I have taken over here. So I said that whatever platform the students are there, in the same platform a teacher also has to be there. So this is since the youth, if you are going to take the Indian scenario, 67%, we are very proud, because especially the Japan and China scenario, if you are going to take the entire population demography age, if you are going to take, they are crossing the middle age. They are almost touching 50. The age band is somewhere around 45 to 47 to 60 years age band we are seeing in these countries. So, but on the other hand, in India, because of a very national policy, they had a very tight to control the population growth. But in India, you are going to see that the latest statistics, if you are going to see, 67% of our Indian population, they come under the, say, youth population. And another point that I want to emphasize over here is most of them are unskilled for any type of job. That is what some of the researchers they are going to say. They are non-employable category, so they can be employed only when they are skilled in some profession. So this is where the learning technique and the role of educators is going to play a very major role. So the present government has also seen that the HRDC 8 to 7 years back only they came out with the Kaushal Abhivriddhi Yojanas. So the present government also emphasizes on skill development and the use of ICT in empowering the youth. So wherever they are in whatever age they are, they will be able to specifically go through the skill learning, and they have to be given practical training either as a computer data operator or a data analyst. So this is the computer scenario that I am talking. Or on the other hand, in carpentry or in specifically as a machine handling, in machine repairing, or some other turner, fitter. So these are the industrial application. Depending upon the job market, they have to be skilled. They can be carpenters or metal workers, so tilers. So in this direction, they have to be trained professionally. So a learning system based on formalized teaching, but with the help of electronic resources, is known as e-learning, while teaching can be based in and out of the classroom. Not necessary that within the four walls of a classroom alone, they have to undergo the process of learning. So they are advocating a classroom without any wall. Anybody from anywhere, any part of the world, today if you are going to see the MOOC programs, you will understand that wherever we are, in whatever specific condition we are, we should be able to upgrade our skill or learn the new skill. So today, whatever images that I'm showing over here, the image that I'm showing here is the lady with the VR goggles. We are there in the augmented technology where virtual reality, VR technology for 3D imaging, we will be able to see over here. This is very widely used in 3D modeling or in automobile modeling, architecture, design evaluation. Very specifically, the VR technology is being used. And here you can see young children. Some of them are wearing the VR glass, and they will be able to convert a 2D image into a 3D by the VR lens, and then they will be able to see it. So this is how a child, a very small nursery child, is interacting with a tablet over here, and some learning material is provided to him. So this is how the young minds, what I want to emphasize over here is why at higher education level or at the UG level or at the graduation level, we teachers, we have to incorporate ICT technology in our training is for this reason. See, look at the age of the children who are using the technology, and they are technology savvy, and they are attracted towards the technology. For example, we may also experience this at home. Some of the operations or modules of our smartphone will not be known to us because the smartphone, we are not exposed to it from our young age. Smartphone is only from past 10 years we have been using it. So now a small child in our vicinity or in our, say, home will be able to operate that smartphone, and some of the unknown functions the child may be able to teach us. So this is what I will be able to emphasize, that the children are exposed to technology at a very early age, and they are attracted towards technology. And when they are going to come to the higher education or UG education, so it is better that they are also delivered the content parallelly along with our classroom teaching, if they are deliver the content in a digital environment, the absorption level and understanding level and the approach to that particular content, they will be able to absorb more. So, however, with the rapid progress in technology and advancement in learning system, so it is now specifically impressing, and also specifically the more and more younger generation has embraced the masses. So it is not only the younger children or the students, even the elders also, they are addicted to the television, they are addicted to the various other apps that are available in the internet. And continuously we are seeing even elderly people, they are very much addicted to the content and certain apps that are available. So introduction of computers was the basis of a revolution, and with the passage of time we get hooked to smartphones, tablets. These devices now have an important place in classroom and for learning. Slowly it is entering into the classroom scenario, and I don't know whether it will be a hurdle or it is going to facilitate the learning. Again, we have to do some more survey and research we have to do, and we have to see whether really it is facilitating or whether it is creating a harm. So books are gradually getting replaced by electronic educational materials. The Pearson was the company where they conducted, before launching the books in the ebook forum in the Amazon tablets. They did a very serious survey in more than 3 dozen companies, and they captured the pulse of the students, whether they are comfortable with the electronic material like optical disc or pen drives or tablets loaded with specifically ebooks. The Kindle, Amazon Kindle was available. Now that is also outdated, and now everything should be available online to them. So this is how we will be able to see and in what direction the future education is moving. So e-learning has transformed education in both schools and businesses, making it easier for students and employees to learn the skills at their own pace in an environment that will suit them. So this is the research, one of the conclusion that I have taken as it is after the survey. Nearly hundreds of schools, some of the European and African universities specifically, they have done the survey and the statistics are available. You can refer to that online paper. So e-learning has transformed education in both schools and businesses, making it easier for students and employees to learn at their own pace in an environment that suits them. So when it comes to the future of education, it is clear that learning will play a huge role in the delivery of learning material. So what is it? In what way we are going to learn? So for example, when a teacher in black and white, when they used to write A for apple or B for bat, and they used to write the figure of the say that particular bat or apple on the blackboard, and accordingly we used to write. Or otherwise we used to write the square books in green ink or something. They used to write the first column, and below that as students we used to write. So that was how the education at the LKG level and UKG level is started for us. But today you are going to see that the kindergarten or the preschool itself is a high tech now. So with music, they are going to put the rhymes, and then the alphabets has to be shown in color, and multimedia and animation is used in order to show those alphabets. And subtraction and addition is shown in the form of a animation. So this is how the transition is happening at the LKG, UKG level itself. They are specifically exposed to color. They are exposed to different platforms. So thereby, the same thing is going to further develop. By the time they come to higher education, they are totally technology savvy. So thereby, it is better that we are able to adopt and deliver the content. So that is why they say that when it comes to the future of education, it is clear that e-learning will play a huge role in the delivery of learning material. So the rise of learning, if we are going to take the statistics and the survey that is done by some of the companies, publishing companies like Pearson and others, so from their paper only I have taken, this is from Pearson, before launching a book, e-learning is permeating business schools and colleges as means of providing education in a more flexible way. Look at the education sector, for example, 53% of university teaching has moved online. So it is now wonder that 88% of people believe that online learning will be a part of school and university education is going forward. So just before taking your session at 10 o'clock, one of my student who is doing higher education in one of the US universities, so she has called and she was mentioning that hardly one or two modules are covered in the program in the classroom teaching, and the rest of the whatever as per the syllabus modules are there, the e-learning material is given and posted in a LMS canvas. And for the final exam, the students are instructed to go through that material that is given in the LMS module and prepare for the exam. So hardly in the classroom they are able to discuss two or three modules, and for rest of the modules, 7 or 8 modules that are there, they have given the course content in the e-content format in the LMS learning management system. There in that university, they are using the Canvas LMS, and the students are asked to go through videos are there, video lectures are there, and the PDFs are there. So the student textbooks are given to them, and they are given the instruction to go through that by themselves and appear. And she also said that she had a say 100 marks quiz exam in the morning for 1 hour. They have to, in the laptop only, in that particular LMS, they have to answer those quiz questions. So hardly 1 hour to 1 hour 10 minutes was given to them, and by going through nearly 2 to 3 PowerPoint presentations that the teacher has given, posted in the LMS, they have to appear for that particular quiz. So this is how in the so-called prestigious universities of the world, who are ranked 1 in 10 university only, the why I'm giving this example is this is a real-time example I'm giving. 50%, not even 50%, less than 50% of the content is taught in the classroom environment, and rest of it the student has to, by taking the support of the e-content that is delivered in the learning management system, they have to prepare themselves in their own pace, and they have to prepare for the exam. So this is the scenario that we are seeing, and this is one of the research survey done by Pearson from their paper. It is online. You can also refer to it. So 53% of university teaching is moved to online teaching. And it's no wonder that 88% of people believe that online learning will be a part of school and university education going forward. So what I mean to say over here, what I'm advocating is there is no other alternative for teachers. How we have adopted the smartphone, washing machine, and the electric scooter, electric car, we are adopting to our day-to-day life. And also, even if we have to go for a purchase of a vegetable, we are going to do a online payment in Paytm. So the hard cash or handling the cash, physical currency is almost gone. So stay updated on industry trends and adopt the latest technology that is specifically advocated by the other universities, top universities. So what I mean to say over here is we have to stay updated on industry trends and adopt the content strategy accordingly. So embrace new formats of teaching technologies and a platform that align with our goals. So what do we want to do? We have to make our students knowledgeable, we have to educate them, we have to train them in some skill in the practical classes. So thereby, remember that e-content development is an ongoing process. It is not a static entity. We cannot develop and say, I've already developed that module to the class. So we have to uh, deploy the content, take the feedback, evaluate the quality. If there is scope for improvement, we have to upgrade it. So staying flexible and adaptive is crucial in the rapidly evolving digital landscape. So in our day-to-day life also, we are specifically are flexible and we are adopting to the current technology. So accordingly, in our teaching profession also, we have to adopt the latest technology and we have to be at par with technology. So we can't escape the intrusion of technology, where in all walks of life, information technology is being used for ticket booking, and for shopping, we are using the information technology facility. So for even train ticket booking, plane ticket booking, for banking, we are utilizing the information technology scenario. For library, gone are the days when we are physically visiting the library. Today, we are logging into the electronic library, and whatever book that is available in the PDF format, we will be able to download. And even research papers. Earlier, we were paying for the entire journal. Today, we will be able to pay only for the journal and we will be able to download whatever reference paper we want, if it is a paid journal. Or otherwise, if it is a in the university network, if we are going to, some of the journals are totally free, we will be able to download the research papers easily. So this is how the information technology nearly has, say, incorporating or incorporated, I'll be able to use that in almost all walks of life. So to go further, so this is the COVID pandemic scenario that I am showing over here. So this is again from that paper I have taken. So you will be able to see over here that 98%, that is why I have given from which paper I have taken that reference also I am giving here. So during the COVID-19 pandemic, 98% of organizations used virtual learning. So the switch to e-learning is especially apparent when you look at the budget of training employees. 59% of talent developers are spending more on online learning, while 25% are spending less on instructor-led training. So this is in the corporate circle also. They were adopting, and today they are more comfortable in the online training modules. So in schools also, especially, I don't have to emphasize over here. If I have to give the personal experience when I was there in the Center for Information Science and Technology, as I said earlier in the earlier lecture, the mind shift and resistance was very high from teachers. They were not ready to adopt the PowerPoint into their teaching, say, curriculum. They were using only even some of the senior teachers from high-end peer institutions also, they were very comfortable with the OHP presentation. That is a plastic, transparent plastic sheet. Over that, you write in the OHP pen and project it onto the screen. So they were not ready to switch from that technology to the PowerPoint technology. But today, in one way, the COVID has really helped and forced the teachers to upgrade their skill into the digital platform. So this is how what are the benefits of e-learning. Quickly, I'll go through. The accommodates everyone, every student's requirement. It will be able to satisfy. Lectures can be viewed by the student multiple times, and then quick delivery of lessons will be possible. Scalability, we will be able to track what is the progress of the student, and even administrator will be able to see, evaluate what is the quality of the e-content provided by the teacher. So scalability will be there in all dimension. Consistency of the content will be there. So for example, today I'm there in a very energetic mood, and the Josh is there for teaching, and my class was very energetic today. Tomorrow I have some problem, some headache, or some type of my mood is not there to, or I don't have the same energy level as that of yesterday, and the delivery of the content to the students will be at a different scale. So that is why consistency should be there. So we will be able to maintain consistency when we are going adopting the ICT facility. Then it is also going to reduce the cost, and then reduce the time, and then environment friendly. Instead of say paper is a very valued product now. More paper we are going to educational institution and student means uh, the books, and for other purposes for practicing. More paper is going to be used, and the paper how it is prepared. I don't have to emphasize over here, and it can be environment. The less use of paper and completely digitalization is going to help in saving the environment. So every system has got its own disadvantages and advantages. We cannot say that the systems are totally advantageous. Only in one direction we will not be able to argue or advocate. So every module, or every idea, or every practice that we are going to use, it will have, every system has got its own advantages and disadvantages. So now let me talk about the plus points over here before going to the negative side. More flexible, and it can be, the student can be mobile, that is wherever he want he will be able to travel, and no travel, you don't have to travel to the university or the organized educational institution where it is located. Quality education. He will be able to, sitting here, I'll be able to enroll for a Harvard University course, and I can get certified over here. So this is our Carnegie Mellon, some data analysis program. I will be able to enroll, and I can get trained by top-end tutors. So this is how no travel, and accordingly the cost of education can be brought down dramatically. So where if I have to really travel to the Harvard University, enroll for a certificate or a PG program, means nearly the cost will go up to 1 crore. So today I'll be able to, nearly by spending 10% of that, I will be able to complete that particular program. So that can be, if a group of students, or from a particular, for example, in IBM, from IBM, particular people, they want to join for AI, means that AI can be tailor-made. That entire course can be tailor-made to suit their job. So technological possibilities. So we will be able to integrate all possible latest technology in our curriculum over there, and the education can be global. So these are the plus points. From anywhere, any part of the world, it is a, say, a wall-less classroom, and it is a universal classroom, in other words, if I have to say. So then on the other hand, what are the disadvantages? As teachers, we will know that even with our sharp eye monitoring 60 students in a classroom, and controlling them in a classroom environment, and delivering the content on the board. But on the other hand, if you are going to deliver it online in a virtual mode, we are not knowing if the video or the other the interaction is not there with them, means whether they are really listening to our live lecture, or parallelly, or they're doing something else. Just now in the last session, I heard something is giving some instruction to somebody, but physical, they are logged into this particular program. So that is why it shows, as teachers only who are attending the course, you are seeing that parallelly some other instruction is being given to them by somebody else. So specifically, lack of control and distraction will be there. And unless the student is very matured and highly focused, this approach will be a failure. And then it can be, specifically, the student may feel, how long? See, if I'm going to attend a college, 6 classes are there, I will not be bored because I'm there with my friends. But 6 hours going through a online class is really a isolation. So that is why it will not be possible for a student to sit in a single place and always look at the monitor that it will be literally practically impossible unless a parental control is not there. Means the child will be isolated. Overall psychological development and social development will be lacking over there. And there can be technology issue. For example, in a country like India, there not be a power at all. So they cannot. There might be an internet failure, and the student, because we have heard during the pandemic period, we used to get the messages from the students. Ma'am, in our place, internet is not there. Ma'am, in our place, electricity is not there. Can you send the PPT of what you have done through some means? Or the rural area where I am there, there is no signal is not there in my smartphone. I have to travel nearly 30 kilos where the signal is there, and when the signal is in that particular place, I have to stand and download all the files and go. So this is how a lot of issues we were hearing from the students. So that is why if technology support is not there, internet and electricity is not there, means or my laptop today crashed and I am unable to appear for the practicals, or I am unable to appear for the online exam. So these are the different issues, technical issues that we are going to hear from the students. So we have to give room for that also. And then computer competency. This app is not loading in my computer. Yesterday it was working, today it is not working. So these are the different disadvantages. But on the other hand, another major disadvantage that I'm going to talk over here is human-human interaction is totally will not be there when we are going to deliver the content on a fully online mode. So that is why we have to very critically evaluate all these things, and then we have to advocate whether completely they say the e-learning module is better, or a hybrid model is better, or a face-to-face model is better. So what are the file formats that you will be able to integrate in your e-content development is audio, video, simulation, animation, interactiveness, e-books, and then immersive content development. Like just now I showed augmented reality and virtual reality, and then energized books, online e-content can be given to them. And physical file formats that we will be able to use is black and white text. We can use visual content like images and infographics, rich internet application, programs like animation, gaming of the subject can be made, e-journals can be used, or databases we will be able to create for the books subject and also question, and the PPTs can be created using whatever I have listed over here. So this is how you have to very critically develop your content. And here I am showing you a wheel that is the analysis and design, develop and implement. So this is the flow chart that is given by the UGC for the MOOC course development. So you have to do the analysis of the audience and the subject that you are delivering, and accordingly you have to design your courses. So this is what you have to do: a R&D of the subject that you are delivering. You have to do a R&D of the target audience, and you have to evaluate. You will be able to see here that analysis from analysis there is a bidirectional arrow to evaluate. From design there is a bidirectional arrow to evaluate. So even if you are going to implement the course, you have to evaluate, and there will be scope for improvement. There will be scope for revision. So that has to be done, and finally you have to come to the development. So before coming to the development, you have in a foolproof way, in a quality way, analysis and design has to be done. And then only developing of the e-content, and then deployment and implement it. So then you take a feedback at this particular level. That is what evaluation. So after evaluation, see if there is any scope for development, or if there is any mistake, or if some subject, the way in which you have delivered the content, it is not easy for the student to understand, means you have to again further divided it into sub modules. and do a R&D, how you will be able to, you can improve it. So this is the direction that is given by the UGC for the e-content development, and without the alteration, I am showing the same image over here. So with this, I conclude. Thank you. If you have any question, you can discuss with me.
No, ma'am. Very informative session, ma'am.
Thank you.
Very informative, ma'am.
So please, as young teachers, you take a snap of this slide. So it is going to help you in the long run. If you adopt even to your regular classroom teaching, it will take you to the next level, and you will be a very popular, and subject wise also you will be a very strong domain teacher. Analysis, plan your content very carefully, design, and then you have to develop it, implement it, and that is not the end of it. We have to specifically evaluate it and see whether there is any scope for development or revision in that particular area. And then next year when we are delivering it, it should not become say, if a notes is given, what is going to happen is the practical record from seniors, it will be copied to the next batch, from that batch to the next batch. So this is how the practical record practice will go. How much ever you are going to teach, we are going to see the same content that was given in some batch that will be repeated, right? That shouldn't happen. So every year there should be new topics has to be added, and if there is a scope for improvement, as teachers, we should be able to enhance the quality of our delivery. So that is my approach and perspective, my idea. So that is what I'm sharing with you people. Yeah, okay, then if you are not having any questions, thank you. Nice meeting with you people. Hope it was useful to you.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, Anandal.